Hey YouTube fam, what's up? It's your girl Glam Cam. And y'all know I always touch base on this situation. I always touch base on Remy and Papoose. Cause y'all remember I told y'all I was a big Remy fan, and I'm still a Remy fan. You know, that ain't gonna change. But I always looked at her as sister. I always be like, that's sister right there, because I liked it, her raw grittiness, uncutness. I like how she was able to keep up with her male peers in the industry, definitely, and even lyrically, you know. So she definitely had that on lock. She's a talented woman, and of course, we know she would have went way farther in her music career if she didn't have the incident where she had to sit down for some years and do that time. We already know she was definitely up next, or would have definitely been on a lot of features. They definitely would have been requesting her because she had that raw grittiness about herself. She did not hold them up. And to me, she was just a beautiful, talented lady. No matter what they say, and some people not like, oh, she had masculine energy and all that, but her upbringing, it could be due to her upbringing that some women will have masculine energy because they have to be protecting themselves and others throughout life. Ain't no telling what experience they had that will make them have masculine energy. But I never looked at her like too masculine, because I always seen like a feminine side in within herself. Well, notice that she presented to us. It seemed like she did have some type of feminine ways, because she still wear her skirt and a dress. And though we don't supposed to glorify other people's relationships, so that ain't how I looked at their relationship, but I definitely admired their relationship. Remy and Papoose. I really thought they were a good fit, because I was like, he balanced her out from what it presented. Like, he gave her that good balance, and he always presented himself as a happy man. He wasn't looking like all down and depressed, and he wasn't making no pre-statuses when they were in together. And when I ain't never even seen Papoose make no bad status towards his wife, because some of them men and some of them women, whether they in marriages or relationships, some celebrities, they be posting stuff about they companion, and we all see it. We know who they are. They'll post stuff out. They ain't even separated or divorced or broken up, and they'll be mad and end up spazzing on the net, and then when we'll see them crash out, and then we be like, what? And then they'll try to delete it. But see, anything you post on the net stays. So whether you delete it or not, somebody already screenshot it, somebody already screen recorded, they gonna get a clip of it. TMZ, somebody, they're gonna sell it to somebody, World Star, with all that type of stuff. I have not seen Papoose do that, prior to all this now. But I'm talking about he wasn't on that when it came to his wife and family. He was given family man. It's rare that we come across people like that. I'm saying this be for any gender. When I usually speak, I'm talking about any gender. I don't like to just attack one and leave the other one out. He was so family orientated. He the type that will host you a birthday party. He the type that I'll take care of the baby while you go work or do whatever you need to do. Or I'll be there by your side whenever you need me. That is what he was given at all times. And that's what I liked about Papoose. And I liked the Papoose style of music, prior to them getting married. Already was rocking with Papoose, because I thought he was a dope lyricist, and he still is. So he had my respect there. And he was giving real man energy. He gives that. And he wasn't acting, okay, if he's like 40 plus now, and he wasn't acting clowny back then, he already certified. He wasn't acting clowny back then. He wasn't one of them type of artists where how we be looking at these people now. He wasn't on that. He played his role as in the background. He ain't like too much of that spotlight on him. You feel me? That's the type of man he is. We got to respect those type of people. Like, he stuck by his wife's side. He was there the whole time she did her prison time. He sacrificed, risked things, took in his stepson, which he considered his son, and formed a relationship with him and took care of him as his own when she was locked up. I mean, it don't get no realer than that. Some people would have been through in the towel. They would have been like, I'm out. Deuces, you doing your time on your own. And then once you got out and got yourself all nice and back in the game, then they'll be trying to spin the block. He wasn't on there. He was like, baby, I'm here. You'll see all them posts that'll be like, is you standing by your man if he do his time? If you gonna stand by this person if they do this and that? And then you'll hear you will see one gender be like, nah, they ain't gonna stick by you. They ain't gonna stay there. They ain't gonna stick. But he's an example that he will stick by you. He's an example. And I'm pretty sure there's many other men out there like that. But he's an example that he's gonna stick by you. He showed that. So he had definitely won one. I can't hardly talk because I'm excited. Y'all gotta excuse how I'm looking because I had to come to my YouTube fam. Like, we gotta discuss this because it keep growing and growing and growing. And, so we have to, I'm like, shouts out to Papoose because he was sticking by Remy's side. Like, dang, he that dude. Like, that's who we want. They be looking at him like king energy. You get what I'm saying? All the while, when they got out, I think they did like a reality show, or they was just real public with, when she got out and stuff. They shared some things with us. Because I think Remy was on the show. And, Remy ended up losing a child that they was going to have together. The first child they was going to have together. She lost that baby. And then they got blessed with another beautiful baby Reminisce. They got blessed. Golden child. Papoose, like golden child. He was so excited and so happy beyond words and joy. And by us already knowing that, like I said, excuse how I'm looking. I'm sorry, guys. By us already knowing that, Rem, I ain't gonna say masculine injury, but she was, tough chick. Like I said, we don't know what she went through early years too much. Tough chick. She was excited, but it just wasn't still giving like how Papoose was. You would think Papoose actually carrying the child inside because he was just so excited when she was pregnant with Golden Child. And she was excited too, but every time Papoose be overly excited, she'd be like, hey, turn it down just a notch, just chill, y'all, just... he talking about Golden Child. He just like, and I never could understand that at first. I never could understand why she was like not as hyped up. She was excited, but not as hyped up as him. Because it's rare that you find men like that. It usually be the other way around. It'll be the man acting like that. Like, oh, well, when the baby come, then we'll be turned. Let the baby come first. But he was given that, and a lot of women would like that from a man. A lot of us women, we like that type of stuff where y'all men be like that, extra loving, extra caring, supportive, and excited, and we love that type of stuff. And we have been softened up to the point that we're appreciative of it. We lovey-dovey on you, and we letting you know that we love and appreciate you for our blessing. If we have a guy like that. So yeah. Then baby Golden Child came, and I know that he have Papoose have daughters, and Remy have the son. Yeah, I don't know if Papoose got biological sons. I don't think so, but if you guys know, put it in the comments. But yeah, and then so what they end up doing, like some songs together, shows together, bringing the baby on the shows, dressing up, looking good together, going places together. I'm talking about, it was given awesomeness. And I noticed when Remy got out, she got herself together, her looks and stuff, got a new style, because she always was fly to me. Yeah, Remy always been fresh to me. So, but when she came back out, she more like got towards her feminine style. Because Rem used to make songs when she was like doing them disses and stuff. She used to pick on the feminine women and be like, oh, you somewhere painting your nails. You on that type of time. So now I see Remy with the nails done now, lipsticks and makeup, face beats and stuff, and looking good. Somewhat revealing. When she started wearing the revealing type clothing, I was like, what type of time Remy on? I'm like, I was like her husband. I know he's excited. Like, look at my baby, cheering her on. But I never knew. It was so hard to tell that she wasn't really feeling Pat. But once I think about it, I'm gonna probably find some of their old clips and look at some stuff. Once I think about it, now it is obvious that she wasn't really 100% feeling Pat. It seemed like she really kind of wasn't all the way, because you see, it's levels to the spark and the flame that you can have for somebody and love them. It needs to be at 100% or more at least. Once it starts dropping down under 100% on how much you like somebody and love them and want them in your life, it seems like you'll start be trying to seek out other things and want attention from elsewhere places. You get what I'm saying? So slowly but surely, it started kind of showing that Rem wasn't into Papoose, because sometimes he ain't places she at, and she wasn't. She'll big him up sometime, like my husband, this and that, but she wasn't overly excessive with it after a while. Because you'll think the amount of time he spent with her or waiting on her, that she'll be all over that man, and he'll be all there, right there with her. Right there with her. Like when you see Rem, you see Pap, and you see the baby. That's how, and we building this brand, and we, because first of all, she wasn't doing too much of family building, for one. When she got, like, after she got out after a while, it wasn't too much of big family building where it comes with her and Pap and the baby, all three. Because a Lifetime thing, baby, we finna be everywhere on all platforms, and we finna be on covers of magazines, and when they see us, we coming out clean, we coming out fly, and we gonna be respected. The whole time, when you with someone and you thinking, oh, I don't like them, I don't want them, it's someone waiting in line, wishing they was either in your position, or I'm waiting in line, I'm up next, because I got to get that man. I love that man. It's no matter, sometimes no matter how much a person think they can beat down another person, it's somebody that see the great in that person that you beating down or that you think less of. Okay? See, at first, when she started back doing the battle things, like with people can do the rap battles. And I started reading things, hearing things about like, oh, Remy is into this battle rapper guy. And he ended up saying something when he was battle rapping. And I ain't take it serious. I'm like, oh, no, people just publicity. They try to kind of clean that up. They try to clean that up. Like, I wouldn't like that. Then I heard some speculations of Pat possibly punching somebody and all that. I'm like, oh man, this getting real. And shoot, see, during them times when that little rumors, or if it took place allegedly, it was hard to take serious, because they're a married couple, so you'll be thinking like they can fix whatever and get back together. When you married, it ain't like boyfriend and girlfriend where we broke up and he can still date other people, because y'all ain't legally nothing. But when you married and people kind of do something they shouldn't do and mend they self back together with their partner, ain't nothing nobody can do about it. It's none of our business, because that's the married couple. They can they got to go through the max just to be divorced or something like that. And even like they say, even when you is divorced, you said them vows, you still married away. That's just a piece of paper that's basically saying y'all ain't gotta be a union anymore. But other than that, y'all still somewhat that union. Because you got to think, when you say them vows, it say sickness and health, death to do us part. Death to us part, all that stuff. I'm sorry I'm stumbling over, but I know the vows. And them some serious words. And a lot of people, when they get married once, they be like, that's the last time. Because when you say that, you got to mean that. Till death do us part. That means we overcoming every obstacle in this. Bad times, good times, times you want to cheat, all of that. We overcoming all those obstacles. Ain't no divorce. Ain't no divorce. Yeah, you might have ran out, tested the waters and all that, but ain't nothing like this household. Ain't nothing like this husband and wife, this family unit. Should nobody come over that. Should nobody come before that, in between that. So when a person all of a sudden like wanna you know, all of a sudden wanna change things and wanna see other people, that mean they definitely went into, they ain't mean no vows. Some people just do stuff just to do it because it sound good for the moment, or they feel like that I owe you or something, or they probably felt it just for that moment. So that dude who was doing like the battle rap, I guess they end up hooking up. Rem and the dude, they end up hooking up. Pap already put it on blast that it's times, I guess, when she was hooking up with whomever, that he was home with the baby. The baby would be crying for mommy, basically. And he knew she was low-key doing something she shouldn't do and all that. So this is what he's saying, allegedly. And I don't know if this was during the separation or before the separation. I didn't really get those you know, I don't know. But whatever took place, it left Papoose in a lonely space. And it left him in a space to where he want companionship. This is a man in his late 40s, pushing his late 40s. He wanted companionship. He wants a partner. He believed in having a family. So like Rem seeing whoever she's seen and hooked up with him, Pap didn't have anybody on the side. Pap didn't have nothing. It seemed like he didn't have no one. Because he had his wife. So when that took place, you got to imagine how the heart feel. How he felt in his spirit and his heart. And the thing is, you don't laugh at nobody pain. You don't laugh at nobody pain and hurt. They can come back on you. Don't laugh at that. So I don't take that as a laughing matter when that man was home hurting. And possibly heartbroken. I'm sure. To find something out like that. So he didn't even give himself time. It's, you know, to just energize his mind. He probably was having time the whole time when he's alone. So I can't really say that. But he didn't give himself a long gap of time before he hooked up with Claressa. Now we touch a base to Claressa. Because see, Claressa had a fiance, they said too, that was possibly, I think, from Detroit, because you know Claressa from Michigan. So I guess she had the similar situation. She's not feeling him. He's not the one for her, or he could have felt she wasn't the one for him. I don't know their situation, but as soon as her and Pap clicked up, wherever they clicked up, they both felt a way for each other. Right away, they both probably connected. It probably didn't take them long to have a connection. Of course, Claressa was in her late 20s when they hooked up, probably like 28 or something like that. 29, because she just turned 30. So, you know, we know Pap got kids just as old as Claressa, of course. But we know a lot of people do date younger. And, of course, she's a full-grown adult, so it don't even matter, really. But I do understand what Remy said when Claressa was having her say into their marriage. She was just letting Claressa know, look, when you was 10 is when we got together or something, and you was 13 when we got married. Something like that. She was breaking it down, like from the time Claressa born, this and that. So she was like, this is some grown-up stuff. This is an older man in his late 40s, so you can't intervene in what he got with his wife, because this man have lived so many different separate lives already. He already had, see, sometime in life we live like 9 and plus lives. Each life got their own chapter and story written about it before you create a new life. And see, with Claressa, I don't think, though she had that fiance prior to Pap, I don't know how long she was with that man. So we don't know how relationship savvy she is about situations, to the point she could be so excited that she got her a great one by her side and her guy, to the point she feel like, hey, stay out of our business. We're going to start a family. You need to focus on this. See, you cannot come into nothing talking to somebody's wife crazy that he have a child with. Papoose own daughter already made some some Insta tweets or whatever, however they call that, saying that we know my daddy he loved that woman. She was talking about Remy. He loved that woman so much. See, Papoose got a love for Remy that nobody can fill the void of. Well, another woman. Yeah, he possibly loved Claressa, have a lot of love for her, but his love for Remy is unmatched. Like, that's at any time they want to. The crazy thing about them still being married, at any time they want to cut whoever they off with, they can, and be right back in the house together. Be right back in the house together because they got the same last name and they names on bills with each other, or they share something. They got the baby. At any moment, they want to be like, look, I'm done with you. And this ain't going to work no more. I'm going back to Rem, or I'm going back to Pap. If he accept me, we work on it. That's what it is. So I think people like Claressa, what she said, they do need to be careful with their words because ain't nothing filed yet. Ain't no divorce filed and official and stamped and over. So you basically intervening in somebody's relationship, marriage. And if I or anyone else that have not been married before, married people business, it's married people business. It's like marriage is a business. It is a business. Like, they separated, and you can have mad love for your guy or girl, but like Rem said, I mean, if you're going to be all broadcasting, we going to start a family and all that, all Rem was saying was, please, let's proceed with this divorce. Because now you're talking a lot of stuff like he's just a regular man on the street. Now you're talking a lot of things like he's just single. And he's not. Just say if he was a regular person, he got to fill out a job application. Papoose will have to check married. I think they got separated on that too. Still considered married. You still at the branch up there with marriage. It's too close to the marriage. And sometimes when you still got that hood in you and nobody never really talked to you about things and how to present yourself as a woman and a lady, they don't know. So they blurt out and say stuff. They don't know. Because Claressa, I would just say, if she would have just kept it down a notch. Now, she said something the first time, probably, okay, we'll let that slide. But when you keep on saying things about a situation, it seems after a while you bother. But somebody should have taught you that you don't focus on nobody else's marriage and their relationship prior. You should be focusing on you being the GOAT the whole time. Leave that alone when you're in an interview. Scratch that. If somebody bring that up even in an interview, be like, hey, let's change the topic. We good. Because you remember she almost had the marijuana downfall, and she had to clear the air with that because they was blaming Pap. Oh, Pap got her doing stuff. So she had cleared the air with that. Okay, we understand. She was like, he don't do that. He don't got me doing nothing. We're good. Okay, clear the air with that. Leave that alone. But quit responding, making all these statuses about somebody's wife. About somebody's wife. Leave that stuff alone because you got to understand. It make you look tacky. It makes you look tacky because that man ain't divorced that woman yet. Don't make yourself look like no clown. You don't know how long something gonna last. So it don't even be, it shouldn't even be addressed because you don't even know how long this gonna last until he get that divorce finalized. You got to think about how Rem looking at her watch like, when is the divorce coming? When is divorce? But you so busy, Claressa, thinking of, we finna have a family and nobody can say nothing about us. That's what we finna do. Understand that everybody keep making comments to their own defense, like Remy saying things, like saying that Pap is pawning stuff. Which he probably is, but like people say, he's a songwriter, so we know he gets some royalties here and there. But he's pawning stuff, sorry for how I'm saying it, pawning stuff. And I don't know if he's having financial difficulties, but I know for sure he's kind of not because Claressa's going to take care of that. Claressa got that on lock. I don't think Claressa finna even let him touch a bill. She's so in love with that. Some women get so turned on by that when they know it's another woman. See, I just hope Claressa don't look at it that Remy's saying things because she's upset. Remy actually saying she want a divorce. She can't really proceed forward with that man too much that she's with until they finalize that divorce. So that man can't even up and feel like, oh, I want to take her hand in marriage. Because you know the man's take the woman hand in marriage, so he can't even get to that level. So, of course, she probably want to tweak out, because if she's not fully invested and in love with Pap, Remy, she is pretty much content with what she got going. Whether Pap want her back or not, seem like she content with what she got going, and she don't want to hear no more BS. She want to see things finalized and move forward with her new life. She don't want to keep being dragged with Claressa. See, Claressa is new to the game in her own way. So every bit of publicity she get just gonna bring her followers up or bring the views up and all that type of stuff. So that's good for her behalf. Versus Rem and Pap are older in the game, certified seasoned players. It benefits them in a way, but not as much as Claressa. So, you know, she got agents and stuff, so they love it when she could just keep her name in the spotlight. The more messier, the more shine, because I'm talking about it right now as well. Because after what I'm seeing the strategy. That's what's going on now. I see it. Okay, so with Pap finding Claressa, hooking up with her, he sees she the next best thing in the boxing industry. Boom. Just like when Remy got out of prison, he's with her, and she was the next best thing of us following up on Rem during that time in prison getting out. The spotlight was on her at that point, and Pap was right there. So once again, now he's back in the spotlight again. This is good for him as well too. It's just the whole matter is just so freaking crazy and wild and bananas, because it's like, why ain't the focus on the divorce at this point? Why are you guys still bringing it to the public and putting us involved in it? We care, but it's like, this can be prevented. This don't even have to be a topic for real. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know Claressa, she speak highly of Pap. I don't know if Pap say much about her. I don't know. So if you know, put in the comments as well. I don't know if Pap, I never came across a video yet of Pap really expressing something for Claressa, because I feel like he shouldn't do it quite yet until the divorce is finalized. That's how we'll know if something real, because right now it's like a love triangle. We can't even tell who they really are when they still married and just only separated, even though they with those people. Because once they finalize a divorce and they know they completely free, and Remy last name go back to her regular last name, and Pap know he don't have to have his ring on ever again, and he know that he don't have to sign nothing with a spouse on paper. That's how we'll know how serious he is with Claressa. Because he'll be completely free. Because you don't know if somebody's using, I ain't going to say using, but, you know, getting that extra support of comfort, like I'm patting something, until everything is finalized. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if, like, I'm just sticking around, I got to keep somebody around. Like I said, he's used to having partnership. And then you never know if somebody will, like, I want to keep them around because I'm just going through so much and I feel lonely, and Rem got somebody, I need somebody too. But when that divorce finally come and he finally see that they parting ways and looking like it's really over, you just never know how he'll look at Claressa, as in, this ain't gonna work neither. So that's why I'm saying maybe she should be careful with the words she using and saying on these interviews, or she just trolling us like a rope. Because I wouldn't speak too highly of a man that's still married. Now, Remy can talk her stuff. That's her husband. She can talk crazy about if I'm married, me and my husband separated, he went and got him a girlfriend, that's my husband, and something bothering me with a divorce order, I'm going to talk crazy about that man. That's still my husband. I still got his last name. I still got a social security number, all access to everything. Nothing moved till I sign it. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to talk my mess, and I'll have every right. But the girlfriend, girl, you need to hush. Because you could be with in another relationship in any second. And honestly, my goodness, y'all, I just looked up their signs. So Pap and Claressa are two Pisces. Wow, and that's why Papoose got them attachment issues. I'm telling you, Pisces are so attached. I just did a Pisces zodiac video not too long ago. You guys check out. Pisces are not going to leave their partner's side. They going to ride. They might can put you through hell, but them people going to ride. I love me some Pisces. They crazy. They wild. But Remy, and I know a Pisces and a Gemini used to be together too. They was together for years. And Remy's a Gemini. See, Pisces can kind of mesh well with every sign. They really kind of, but they're so sensitive. And Gemini, so that's why she act like that. Every Gemini I know, they strong. And they uproar. And the Pisces are more sensitive and gentle. And the Pisces can kind of comfort the uproar Gemini sometimes, but they got them twins, so they're gonna switch and swatch. So if that makes sense. And it's gonna be time that the sensitive Pisces ain't gonna be able to keep up with that Gemini uproar attitude, because Pisces are so more like I said, attached, baby-fied. Oh my goodness. So the thing I can say about like Claressa and Pap, they might stick it out for a nice minute, but it'd be somehow that two Pisces don't mesh well together either, because they be having both of them strong personalities of I'm right, I'm better, I'm smarter. You get what I'm saying? Versus with a Gemini, they'll tell a Pisces, look, get the F on. I need some space today. I'm finna go do me. And that Pisces will cry. Oh my God, I wanted to go too. The Gemini, not today. And then the next day, the Gemini might want to be under the Pisces. Baby, let's do something today. Let's have a good time. Let's hang out. And the Pisces, like, okay. And the Gemini going to be so fun and so exciting and so attentive. And then they might switch up in the middle of the night and be like, look, I need a break now. Didn't I spend time with you earlier? Wasn't that enough? Because Pisces going to want to around the clock. If they can follow you to the bathroom, they will. So that's what. Oh, okay, because I've seen this before. So that's what Claressa and Pap is doing by them both splitting up from their prior partners. Right now, they just bonding, trauma bonding, just bonding with each other till they feel healed enough. Or they might stick it out and be doing this and doing that on each other after a while and coming together. I don't know. We'll see how this going to play out. Because right now it's so messy. But I had to go look at their zodiac signs. Like, what is going on with them? Because I knew how clingy Papoose was and how clingy Claressa was. And remember how I said in the beginning of the video how REM had the mass energy, that strong energy. That's that Gemini. But you see how Claressa more whiny and let me explain something to y'all. You know, she will go off on us. And just, that's that Pisces. And now they done pissed Pap off to the point he been making videos and saying something. Because he was like, I usually don't do this, but let me make this dang video. Get what I'm saying? This stuff getting real, and I'm going to continue following up. But I'm done for now. I had to look at these zodiacs. Make sure you guys click like and subscribe too. Please. And leave a comment as well. Everything is allegedly. All this is public. You go look it up. Until next time, make sure you subscribe. All that good stuff. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Till next time, peace out.